All right, let's get our mountain pose going. Feet hip width apart, toes straight ahead. Sitting bones toward the floor, core activated, shoulders back and down, crown to the ceiling. Spread your toes out, relax your arms, and breathe. So take a few moments, inhaling energy and awareness, and exhaling stress and tension. And just take a few moments getting that inner focus. And then inhale, arms at shoulder level for our warm-ups. Hands to your heart, stretch to the front, shoulders down, and clasp your hands behind you. Press them to the floor, lift your heart, and get a nice little upper body back bend started. Pivot at your hips, come on over, bringing your hands up and your head down, and just relax. Sitting bones lifting for a nice stretch on the back of your legs, and move your chin around. Relax your neck. Bend your knees, work your way back up, and lift your heart. So as always, just stretch that spine open, dropping your shoulders, and don't forget to breathe. Toes spread. Inhale upright, and release your arms. Take a moment focusing inward, and again, bring your arms to shoulder level. Hands to your chest, stretch to the front, and clasp your hands the opposite way behind you. Push the hands down and lift your heart, drop your shoulders, and again, pivot over. As you exhale, just let any tension out. Spread your toes, and again, just stretch your legs and your shoulders. Knees slightly bent, keep the chin slightly in as you work up into that, again, upper body back bend. Take a moment stretching it out. And breathe upright, releasing your arms, and just take a few moments noticing your body's response. Side stretches next, so let's bring both arms out, shoulders down, palms to the ceiling, hands overhead, and clasp your hands together. Arms next to your ears, sitting bones and shoulder blades down and crown high. Stay facing forward as you lean to the side. Push the foot you're leaning away from down, out through the fingertips and head, and feel the ribs stretch apart. And then inhale back upright, switch the hands to the opposite clasp, and again, arms by your ears, shoulders down. Stretch it out, lean to the other side. And again, feel that spine moving sideways and the ribs open. Stretch and breathe. And then come back up and release. And again, just notice how your body responds to your side stretches as we get ready for our twist. So shoulders are down, arms at shoulder level, palms to the ceiling, hands over your shoulders, and clasp your elbows for the twist. Sitting bones down, spine stretching open through the crown, and turn to one side. Spread your toes, take a breath in, and pivot over, keeping the weight on both feet. And into that position as deeply as you feel appropriate. And lift your sitting bones, maybe a little bit more. Arms still by your ears. And then on an inhalation, work your way up in the twist and into that upper body only back bend. So lift your heart, drop your shoulders, and breathe. And then inhale upright, exhale around to the center, switching your arms. Balance things out and stretch the spine to turn to the other side. Another breath, pivot on over. And again, just deepen, letting that spine do its twist and forward position as much as it needs. Arms by your ears as you work your way up, keeping the weight still on both feet. And lift your heart. Shoulders down, elbows back. And again, just upper body back bend. And then inhale upright, Exhale around to the center. Arms up, shoulders down. Clasp your hands, palms toward the ceiling. Take a moment and breathe. Arms by your ears, pivot forward, push it out. And drop into ragdoll. Just let that whole spine get a good stretch. Deeper if you like it with your hands behind your legs. And then arms back to the center. And again, just letting those arms hang in front. Work your way up and again into mountain pose. Take a moment, breathing. Stretch your spine, arms out, palms to the ceiling, hands over your shoulders. Stretch up on one side, up on your opposite toe. So that side you stretch stays flat and gets those ribs opening a little more. Exhale that side down, inhale the other one up. Stretch it out. And then both heels down, both arms up. And again, steeple the fingers, arms by your ears, shoulders down. And stay a moment there. Extended mountain. Lift your heart and pull your fingers back. Look up toward your hands. And remember, don't lift your chin too high. Inhale back upright. Release your arms all the way down. Take a moment there. Shoulders back and down. Clasp your hands, bring them behind your head, and pull the elbows straight out to the side. Take a breath. And as you exhale, push your head back into your hands. Let the heart just gently lift. Keep breathing. Exhaling, deepening into that slight upper body back bend. Elbows straight out. Come as deeply into the back bend as your body wants with each breath. Just letting those ribs stretch in the front. And the head drop heavy into your hands behind you. And then tuck your chin slightly to the front, coming back up. Arms up and out and back down. Take a moment and breathe, just feeling your body. Stretch your spine apart and just gently side to side. Your body relax in the twist. So remember, twist always, you want those spine bones moving apart. So keep the sitting bones down and the crown high. And just follow your hands one side of the circuit to the other, getting that spine activated a little more. And then back to the center, turn your toes out, slightly wider if you like, and bend your knees toward, not beyond your toes, hands right above your knees, and we'll do our little twist in that position. So again, stretch your spine apart. Exhale, shoulder down toward the opposite knee, looking to the side, and shoulder that you're turning toward coming up slightly. So take a moment and breathe as you're in that twist, maximizing or minimizing as much as your body likes. Exhale back to the center. Again, stretch it apart, shoulder blades towards your waist, and bring the shoulder down to the opposite knee as you lift that opposite side toward the ceiling. And again, just deepen into that twist as far as your body wants on this side, not just turning your neck. And stretching your spine. Exhale back to the center. Chin tucked in, toes back to the center. And roll your way again into mountain pose. Take a moment, feel your body. Arms out, palms to the ceiling, hands over your shoulders. Keep the arms extended up and the shoulders down, sitting bones toward the floor. And we'll go into our chair squat. So sitting bones back and knees bending as deeply as you want, but not beyond your toes. Keep pushing those hips back as much as you need to. Arms still right next to your ears. Spine nice and straight as you sink into your squat. Take a breath and then lead with your fingers and come on up. palms out and back down to your sides. Take a breath, getting ready. Oh yeah, balance practice. Spread your toes, get the toes straight ahead. So ankle, knee, hip, shoulder lining up. Activate that core. Ribs toward your spine and up, shoulders back and down, crown to the ceiling. Spread those toes, get a good base of support, and bring your other foot up. Don't cross it over, keep it straight. And just bring it up toward your heart as far as it wants to go. Near the floor is fine. And then circle your ankles so we keep it flexible. Do it both ways. Flex and point. And release. Shift to the other side. Spread the toes. Straighten the alignment. Core active. Shoulders back and down. Crown reaching up. Arms relaxed as you sink into that foot with the toes spreading. Get a good base of support and bring the other foot up. And again, just get as high as it wants to go. You can keep it low to the floor or bring it toward your heart. And again, circle the ankle, work it out. Make sure that those ankles stay flexible and working so we can keep walking effectively. Flex and point as you put it down and take a breath to relax. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale up. Thumbs to the back, and swan dive forward. Come all the way down into ragdoll, and then up into our halfway up stretch. Chin slightly tucked, keep stretching your neck. Chest toward the floor, elbows, knees, and spine straight. And then bend your knees, coming all the way down into our child pose. Hips back on your heels. Hands palms up, forehead down. Take a breath. Just relax a moment in our child pose. Relax your shoulders and take a moment to breathe. Bring your arms to the sides of the mat. Pivot up. Slide your legs slightly back. Drop your hips. Roll all the way onto your belly and turn your head to one side. Western crocodile. Hands palms up at your sides, shoulders down. Feet hip width apart, just relax. After a breath or two on that side, exhale, turn your head to the opposite side, letting your neck get an even stretch as we're on the floor. Take a moment and breathe. And then bring your forehead to the floor, hands next to your face, elbows into your sides, and shoulders back and down. And inhaling, face forward, crown up, come into your Sphinx position, pulling the elbows back and down, and the chest forward and up. Remember, keep that chin slightly toward your chest so the back of your neck keeps stretching. Drop those shoulders and shoulder blades toward your waist, but keep the crown reaching up so that spine supports you. Remember, no pressure in your hands. Take a breath. Lengthen, maybe raise a little higher. Ribs can stay on the floor or lift a little bit if you like it. And then exhale and come all the way back down. Forehead to the floor. Take a breath. Just relax. And then bring your hands slightly further under your shoulders. Elbows still in toward your sides, feet hip width apart. Remember, lower body does nothing in these little cobras. Inhale, face forward, crown up, tuck the chin, stretch the neck, bring the heart forward and up. And you can stay there with the elbows bent or unbend them a little bit as you push up. You don't need to go high into your cobra. We're not using those arms for support. Take a breath. Just relax into that upper body back bend. So remember, the higher you push, the more it'll get into your lower back, so don't go there if you have any issues. Take a breath, let the spine do the work. Remember, your hands are not supporting you as we're in this low cobra. Take a breath, stretch it out, and then tuck in your chin, exhale, and bring your forehead back all the way down. Hands under your shoulders and push up and back into child's pose. Take a breath there and just relax. Tension out. Stretch the spine. Tuck in your chin. Inhale upright and slide off, coming into our staff position, extending the legs straight out. So remember, shoulders above your hips, core active, shoulder blades down toward your waist, sitting bones slightly behind you, heels pressing out, toes pulling up and back. Kneecaps slightly toward your thighs so that back of the leg gets a stretch along the floor. And don't forget to breathe. So let's warm up the hips a little bit and then do a butterfly. So bring your foot to your thigh, knee coming down as much as it wants to today. You can remember add weight but not pressure with your hand if you love it. And if you're having a tight hip today, bring that front leg over to the side and that'll release that hip pelvis area as well. Take a few breaths there, just relaxing. Let your body do the work, gravity do the work, not pressure, because pressure resists. We don't want resistance, just relax into it. And then bring your foot and knee into your hands, or wrap your arms around, pull the leg closer, and just rotate side to side. Feel the hip getting a little more lubricated. Make sure that your body does what is needed for it. Don't overdo. But if you love it, you can bring your leg closer or higher, and it'll be more intense. Shoulders are down, right above your hips. And then release that leg. Feel the difference. Remember, that's always your yoga, to notice what's going on internally. And of course, we always balance the body as well. So go ahead with that other foot up towards your thigh. And again, as high as it wants to go, letting the knee come down. Add the weight of your hand if you love it. Don't forget to keep those toes up and heel pressing out on the front leg, even if you bring it to the side. So again, relax. Let the hip do its thing, opening a little bit more easily as you relax. And let that knee come even further toward the floor. Shoulders above your hips, stretch that spine apart. Keep the core working, supporting your back. And don't forget to breathe. And again, when you're ready, foot and knee in your hands, or pull the arms around and the leg in as you rotate. So just get that outside of the hip working a little bit more easily. Relax any tension. Higher or closer for those of you who love it. And when you're ready, just release. Back in staff position, feel your hips maybe a little bit more activated, and bring the bottoms of your feet together. So knees out toward the side, letting that inner thigh get a little release. Knees coming toward the floor. And again, you can just bring the chest forward and up and the shoulders back and down as you relax the legs and let gravity pull the knees further toward the floor. And then activate that core a little more with the hands right under your shoulders and a little pressure into your hands, just letting that core do a little bit more work to release and relax through the legs. Take a moment and breathe, knees coming toward the floor, maybe bottoms of your feet turning up as you do that, making sure you're not overworking the knees. Take a breath. As you exhale, bring your hands to the front. Slide your hands under your feet or under your legs onto the tops of your feet and pull your knees back toward the floor as you pull your chest down toward your feet. Keep the spine straight, sitting bones pushing back behind you. As you go into that pivot, feel those thighs maybe work a little bit more. And then releasing your hands, inhale back, sitting up, lift your knees, and stretch the legs out to the front. Take a breath, just relax. And keeping those feet hip width apart, sitting bones slightly behind you, core active and spine straight, pull the heels toward you. Feet flat on the floor, knees straight up. So remember, you need to roll in to make sure that you're not letting those thighs separate and knees spread apart. Shoulders back and down, crown to the ceiling. And then lean back slightly, staying on your sitting bones, not your sacrum, and bring one foot up. So a little, or parallel to the floor, or straightening your knee, whichever works for you. Feeling that core supporting you and letting the leg do its thing. If it's too tight here in the hip flexor, lower your leg. Take a breath, stretch it out, shoulder blades down toward your waist. And if it feels vibrating, that's fine. That's the core working. When you're ready, bring your foot down. Stay there and keep it activated, or sit up and take a break before we do our other foot. So again, stay on your sitting bones. Activate the core as you lean slightly back. Stay on the sitting bones. Keep the crown stretching away and that spine straight as you bring your foot up to whatever level you want. And again, go only as far as your body wants. You can keep the hands palms up just to make sure you're not stressing through the shoulders. And don't forget to keep breathing. Feel the core work. If it's too much, put the foot back down. Otherwise, stretch it out through the foot and the head. And then slowly bring the foot back down. Take a moment and breathe, taking a break, or stay activated with that core working. And when you're ready, we're going to do both feet together if you feel up to it. So again, sitting bones on the floor, don't go on your sacrum. Hands palms up or slightly under your knees, lifting the feet to whatever position you want them to be. And again, you can straighten your legs in that position, or you can hold your toes and push the feet out away from you, giving a little bit release to the hip flexors at the top of the thigh. Stretch it out through the ball of the foot area and the heel if you'd like. Sitting on your sitting bones, just working that balance. And when you're ready, either hands to your feet or releasing, slowly bring your feet to the floor, slide them out, and release your spine. Take a moment to breathe and relax as you come back into staff position. So feet hip width apart, sitting bones behind you, core active, shoulders above your hips, and bring your right foot to your inner left thigh for our diving dolphin. Knee out to the side, and then heel back near your hip, but not under it on the other side. Stretch up, keep this hip up on the left side as we turn your whole body, rotating in that twist over to the right leg. Core coming in. Chin tucking, exhale, diving under the water, you're the dolphin. And then face forward, inhaling just toward the ceiling, coming back up, sun and sky. So just dive your dolphin a few times, coming down, rounding, and back bending slightly as you lift your heart and face up to the ceiling. And again, just going through your range of motion, following your breath, and on the inhalation coming up and exhaling back to the center, releasing your legs so we can dive our dolphin back the other direction. So remember, your dolphins can be playful or gentle, just doing what they need for their swim today. Again, sitting bones behind you, core active, stretch the spine apart. Bring your left foot to your right thigh, knee out to the side as much as it wants. Again, right heel back near your hip, but not under it, so that hip can rise and go into its twist as you stretch the crown to the ceiling and turn toward the left knee. Core in as you exhale, diving under. Hands on your leg or the floor, whichever you prefer. Face to the front, shoulders are down as you come up, shoulder blades always toward your waist. And again, diving your dolphin under, playfully or gently, whatever your body needs today. Feeling that spine doing its work all the way down in the forward bend and back up, just gently back bending to the top. Pause at the top as you come up on the inhalation and then exhale to the center. Release into mountain pose and bring your feet to the end of the mat. Take a moment, getting those sitting bones again behind you, core active, shoulders above your hips, and crown reaching to the ceiling. Press out through your heels, keep the core working, activated as you roll to the mat. Coming all the way down, just take a moment, get your body relaxing beneath you, getting ready for our final twist. Hands out to T position, palms up or down, your choice. We're going to just do our bent knee twist. So sitting bones toward your heels, back gently down, heels toward your sitting bones. Press the back down and lift your feet. Knees are right above your hips. Cross over if you want a little extra stretch, and then roll over to that side, turning your head to the opposite arm, shoulders down, hands palms up or down. Doesn't matter on this one. Take a breath or two, going as deeply into your twist in the lower back as your legs want to go to the floor, and turning your head only as much as your neck wants and needs. Keep the shoulders down, nice middle back twist. Take a few breaths there. Exhaling tension, just relaxing into it. And of course, hold your twist longer when you want, but for now, we're going to draw the heels toward your hips, rolling onto your back. Reverse the cross if your legs were crossed, or keep the legs next to each other, knees above your hips. We're rolling to the other side. Again, only as deeply as your body wants to go on this side today. Remember, it may be different on different days. Do what's right today for your body. Shoulders down as much as possible. Head turning only what your neck needs, and knees going toward the floor for that lower back only as far as they need and want. You can always pad if you need to, remember. And don't forget to breathe. Exhale tension. Release those ligaments. Let your body go. And then releasing heels toward your hips, rolling onto your back, uncrossing if you were crossed, and feet to the floor, slide it out, and come into final relaxation, corpse position. Shoulder blades toward your waist, down toward the floor, heels relaxing, toes together, and release your feet and legs. Let the whole lower body relax. Just soften and sink. Move your head side to side, release that. Relax as you breathe. Let those shoulders sink. Hands palms up, keeping that upper body open. Full breaths. Exhaling and just deepening into that earth support beneath you. Deep breaths in, letting it go. Relaxing completely and letting the earth support your body. Just release thoughts of your body from your awareness. As those thoughts drift away, know that other thoughts will come to your mind. Let them go as well. No need to pay attention to the past or the future. Just let the thoughts drift in and out as easily as your breath. Allowing the thoughts to drift away, your body to sink, and your mind to release both your body and your awareness. As your awareness deepens into that inner awareness of peace, just let that be your focus, only into the peace for a few breaths during our relaxation. As you breathe, if you want to keep relaxing, just do so as long as you have time. It's time to get ready for the rest of your day. Begin drawing energy and awareness back to the moment, to the room, to your body. Getting ready for your final yoga hug of appreciation. And when you're ready, draw your sitting bones toward your heels and your heels toward your hips. Press your back gently down as you draw your knees up closer to your heart. Wrap your arms around, give yourself that appreciative yoga hug. Let your body know you appreciate its yoga work today and the work your body does for you every day. And when you're ready, head and feet to the floor, just roll to the side and sit back up, getting ready for the rest of your day today. Thanks for joining me.